Greetings, saints of Yahweh. It's a beautiful and insightful thought to consider the Bride of Yashua as needing to be good, of favorable character, especially as we journey through the Omer. This time between Passover and Shavuot is a period of spiritual refinement, a preparation for receiving the Torah anew, much like a bride preparing herself for her betrothed. Today, on the 17th day of the Omer, we are continuing our ascent, counting towards that great culmination. The concept of a bride preparing herself is rich in Scripture, particularly in this relationship between Yahweh and Israel, and by extension, Yeshua and his church. One powerful image comes from Psalms 45. This psalm speaks of a glorious king and his bride. Verses 10 and 11 say, "Listen, daughter, and consider. Turn your ear, forget your people in your father's house. Let the king desire your beauty, since he is your Lord. Bow to him." Here the bride is called to listen, to consider, and turn her heart towards the king. This speaks intentionally of developing a favorable character. The Song of Solomon further elaborates on the relationship between the beloved and her lover. The bride is described in terms of her beauty and her character. For instance, in chapter 4, verse 7, the lover declares, "You are altogether beautiful, my darling. There is no flaw in you." While this speaks of perfect love and acceptance, it also implies a standard of purity and devotion that the bride aspires to. This isn't about outward perfection, but an inward beauty cultivated through faithfulness, love, and obedience. In the New Testament, the Apostle Paul uses an analogy of the church as the bride of Yeshua. In Ephesians 5, verses 25 through 27, he writes, "Husbands, love your wives, just as the Messiah has loved the church and gave himself up for her to make her holy, cleansing her by the washing with water through the word, and to present her to himself as a radiant church, without stain or wrinkle or any other blemish, but holy and blameless." This passage highlights Christ's work in sanctifying and purifying his bride. However, it also implies a responsibility on the part of the bride, which is the church, and by extension, each and every one of us, to live in a way that reflects his holiness. To be without stain or wrinkle speaks to a character that is being continually refined and shaped by the Word and the Spirit. Consider also the parable of the 10 virgins. That's in Matthew 25, verses 1 through 13. The wise virgins, who were prepared with oil for their lamps, represent those who have cultivated a readiness for the bridegroom's arrival. This oil can be seen as fruit of the Spirit, which is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. These are the very qualities that constitute a good and favorable character in the eyes of our bridegroom. As we continue to count the Omer, let us examine our own hearts and characters. Are we actively listening and turning our hearts towards our King? Are we allowing the Word to cleanse us and refine us? Are we cultivating the oil of the Spirit in our lives? This 17th day of the Omer serves as a reminder that the journey towards spiritual maturity and union with our bridegroom is one of ongoing purification and the development of character that reflects his own. May we all strive to be a bride that is indeed good, of favorable character, ready to meet our Yeshua with our hearts full of love and devotion. May Yahweh bless you with his good, favorable character. Shalom.